What's up, brunch bestie? Welcome back to another episode of Business and Brunch. And this one is a private episode. So if you are listening to this episode, then hello, hi, and welcome. Thank you for the extra step to get this episode. I hope that it is full of juicy ass deets to help you build your business on Threads and to actually sign clients on Threads. So today I'm going to break down the exact thread strategy that I use that takes me no longer than 30 minutes a day, consistently brings in leads, conversions, profile views, email subscribers, and most importantly, cash paying clients. And honestly, whenever you listen to this, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is complete common sense. Like, it's not a mind-blowing strategy, okay? I'm not going to knock your socks off. I'm literally just going to lay out the things that you're probably already doing, but you may not be doing with intention or you may not be doing consistently enough. Honestly, there is no perfect magic pill, no unicorn strategy. It's just about being human, putting yourself out there, and talking about your fucking offer consistently. So, if you don't know, Threads is that girl whenever it comes to visibility and building up your community. And one of the most underrated aspects of Threads is that pinned post, because when people go to your profile, that means they are already interested in what you have to say. So if you have a strategically placed post in that top pinned post that brings people either to your offer, to your free community, or to your lead magnet, that is number one selling key right there, because then they are opted into your email list and they've already are snooping on you. They got a little taste of what you have to offer, loved what you had to say, opted in, and now you have a way to track who is actually coming to your page and who is liking. So it's more about visibility. There's more to it than going viral. There's more than just getting followers. That pinned post is going to be your chef's kiss on your strategy. So one of the most important things whenever it comes to Threads is I want you to focus on putting out good content and not trying to go viral. And if you're like me, you've probably had those random little life whimsical posts go viral where you just kind of riffed off of what you were thinking or just talked about something random as hell. And then all of a sudden you're waking up to 20K views, 1,000 some odd likes, 200 some odd comments, and you're like, what the hell? This has nothing to do with my business. You grew by 500 followers overnight and they're unaligned followers. And now you have to go through and remove all of them, because queens remove unaligned followers because that just messes up our analytics and it actually pushes content to the wrong people. So whenever it comes to your business, whenever you're selling like your offer, you're talking about your offer, you're talking about like what you do for your business, then you go look into your analytics and those posts are getting like 5 views, 10 views, maybe on a good day, like 30 views. Quite frankly, this is because your content sucks. And I'm sorry to be the one that tells you that, but it's a real life situation that you need to really understand, because if you are not putting the keywords into your content strategy, into all the threads that you're putting out there, or majority of them, like you can still riff on live post stuff, but if you're not using strategic keywords within your content, it's not going to push your threads to your ideal client that is looking for the solution to the problem that you solve. And so instead of trying to go viral, I want you to create a custom home feed for the things that your ideal client is searching for, and then use those keywords, integrate them into your post, and that is going to help push your content. Currently on my Wildly Creative Studio account right now, I am reviving it at the end of May. So I took a long hiatus and just completely like had that account dead. I have currently been building up my email list, currently building up my community again, growing followers, and increasing my views from only strategic business content. So right now, as of the date of I'm recording this, I went from 5 monthly views total because it was a dead account. I'm now over 3K, and it has been less than a week that I started consistently posting on Threads about my offer. I have not done any fun, whimsical life posts. It has all been strategic about my business and my offer. And that is because my content, first of all, does not suck. and I know how to push out my content to my people. Next part of your thread strategy is going to be engagement. So I want you to spend more time engaging with people, especially if your community is not solidly built on threads yet. I want you to spend more time engaging on people. Use that custom feed that I just told you about. Go strategically answer responses. I don't want you to put like cheeky gifts out there of like, the Schitt's Creek gifts of like responding of going, ew, David. Like, I don't want to see those. I don't want to see you putting those out there. Okay. You can do it every now and then, but whenever it comes to answering the problem and offering the solution that you actually do inside of your business, I want you to use that engagement to plug in your authority and expertise. And then you can also do like a shameless, hey, if you're looking for this, I actually do this for my clients. You can chat to me about what this could look like or XYZ offer. Like, don't be afraid to sell. You run a business, get salesy as fuck, okay? I don't want you to feel shame around sales. So what it's going to look like is adding your perspective, adding the story. You can even add a little hot take of like, a lot of people say XYZ, but what I have found is that this is what truly works, even though it goes against the grain. Or for an example, whenever I see like someone posts of, isn't it funny whenever I talk about toast, my threads will like randomly pop off, but anytime I talk about my offer, it's crickets. And so every now and then I will be like, I hate to burst your bubble, but it's because your content sucks. And that is a hot take, but I'm then respectfully adding in some of a little audit that I see as to why. Like, I'm giving them something that they can implement in that moment to go and help fix their content and to help bring them into a space that is going to help them start gaining more visibility around their offers. Or I'll do like, I took a peek at your profile and I literally have zero clue what you do, and this is probably why Threads isn't pushing out your content. Next part is actually respond to the people that are commenting on your posts. So whenever you create threads, I want you to actually strategically set up threads that you can, one, gain more content ideas that you can post about. So use threads to create the conversation that you can then repost as another quote thread to then go down on the conversation. So if you don't know me, I'm a 2X business owner. I have my agency and then I also have my human design coaching. I use threads for my human design coaching business as well. And I will pop off and go viral about human design once or twice a month. Well, the last time I did this is I did drop your human design and I will give you a thread strategy based off your human design. I answered over 180 comments and I used that strategically to also sell my offer. So whenever I went to respond, I responded in comments, but I also quoted people and then gave them their thread strategy in like my new post. And then I also, whenever they responded saying like, oh my gosh, is this so validating? Oh my gosh, I absolutely love this. Thank you. I would then quote that and say, if you absolutely love this, or if you want to know how to use your human design into your business to grow your business, then DM me XYZ to join XYZ program. So there are so many different ways that you can build your content strategy around what you're doing, pop off, because you're going to put those keywords in, right? And you're going to consistently post so the algorithm knows who to push your content out to. But then you're also going to use your own engagement on your feed to not only create content, but to build authority, to show your expertise, to add social proof. And that is just, it's a full circle moment because you're creating your community, you're showing your people that you actually give a fuck about them and that you care about their engagement. And then you're also using it to build trust as well and to create an interest into your offer. And then don't be afraid to drop that DM me for XYZ links, drop the link. Like, I know that it's a hot take of, do we drop the link? Do we just say a keyword? Do we send people to the link in bio? Do what works for you. Make it as easy as possible for your ideal client to buy from you. So if it is something that you need to sell in the DMs for, either do DM me on Instagram, X keyword that you have like a mini chat, automatic automation set up so then they go through the process. It can be DM me keyword on threads so we can go through like the information and make sure that you're a good fit. Go to the link in bio to fill out my application. Check out my pinned post to download XYZ freebie. Like there are so many different ways that you can make it so easy for your people to buy, but you have to make it clear on what their next steps are. You can't just drop a wind up. If you want to learn human design or if you want to know how to use threads to sign clients, DM me. Like that doesn't give you a clear reason why you need to DM me. So I'm going to say, if you want to know how to use threads to sign your next client, DM me start so we can talk about my monthly threads content marketing retainer. And then the last thing that I really want you, I could go on even longer about how to use threads as a platform to build your business. But the very last point that I really want you to know is focus on consistent connection. So people buy from people they feel connected to. People buy from people they trust. People buy from people who make them feel understood. I don't think I can say people any more times, but people buy from people. And Threads is one of the easiest places online right now that builds trust really quickly. You can use Threads to build up your Instagram. You can use Threads to build up your podcast downloads. You can use Threads to build up your email list because people are going to gravitate towards that real authenticity. And Threads is a place that you can strategically post, but you can also riff like a motherfucker and just get people into your world. You can get those vibes in and be like, oh my gosh, I absolutely love how she thinks. I absolutely love her as a person and I trust her as a business owner. Of course, I want to work with her. So what I want you to do right now, after you listen to this, go post one thread today that sounds like something that you'd actually say to a client. So say you're on a discovery call or a sales call with a client and they're asking you one of their most common questions that you hear through every single client. So you can say, I was just recently on a sales call, or one of the most common questions that clients ask me whenever they are on a sales call with me about my offer is XYZ, and here's what I tell them. There's your post. There's an authority trust building post that also sells your offer, and then you can use the call to action to say, if you are looking to hire blank for blank, or if you want to learn more about blank, go to the link in bio, DM me on Instagram, DM me here on Threads, comment here on Threads, or go to my pin post for more information on blank. Okay, so like I promised, absolutely no mind-blowing unicorn fart magical ass strategy here. It's literally just giving a fuck about the person on the other side of the screen and knowing how to create strategic keyword-based content that pushes out your content. And if you're over here like, girl, I just don't have time to do all of this and you really want help signing clients on Threads, then connect with me over on Threads. DM me to get info on my monthly Threads marketing retainer. Or you can skip that step and just inquire from the link in my show notes. And again, thank you so much for downloading this episode that talks about how to sign clients on Threads.